can't get a number for the Cape Breton player. It's Michael Ward stepping up for Logan Shaw, and they're going to try to... Ward looking, oh, the big uppercut there by Michael Ward as he stretched it. Lands some big punches, and the young-headed defenseman breaking up an uppercut from Michael Ward, who is with him in. Down the wing come the Mooseheads. Desjardins fires, scores! Gabriel Desjardins fires the puck by Chris Holden. And the Mooseheads are on the board. 2 minutes and 39 seconds is going to be the time to go here for the Mooseheads. Dougal will try to wrap his man up. And it's ripped around the near side. Brodeur there in time. He winds up, shot, scores! That's Brodeur with a rocket off the right blue line. Maybe hit something and deflected it upstairs. And it's 4-1 again. Cape Breton quickly strike back after giving one up. Is hurt. That looks like Charles Petty. And we've got a scrap, LaPostel, and it's Garrett Clark, the two combatants, as they exchange the right hands inside the line. As LaPostel try to measure Clark, the smaller of the two. Clark coming in at 5'11", and LaPostel 6 feet 1 inches. And now they look to trade, and they wrestle one another the ice. And those two will be quickly separated. A spirited scrap. Mayer, right point for Ellis, shot through traffic is blocked. Picked up by Mayer, the far blue line. In it, no shot, one, rebound, scores! Look at him! I think up to it in time, and he put it into the open short side, and it's a 5-1 hockey game. Cape Breton, you could just see Luke Adam turn it up a notch when he saw that puck coming out, and when he saw the net was empty. Since he came in, and we'll see what Lassiere does here. On the penalty shot, in he comes over the blue line, down that far side to the middle, the shot, and a save by Joel Grondin. That's the penalty shot, as Bernard is in the shot. Stopped there by Waugh.
With us in the locker room this evening is a former National Hockey League player, general manager, and now the owner of the Halifax Mooseheads, Mr. Bobby Smith. Bobby, tell me first of all, one thing I've always wanted to ask you when I met you, in the record book it says that you were born in North Sydney. How long was the stay there before you actually moved out?
Well, family moved to Ottawa when I was 2. Okay. And so we were, my father was with the federal government, and I pretty well grew up in Ottawa and played in the minor hockey system there. Went to play junior hockey in Ottawa and went to Minnesota as a pro.
Was your father from here originally? Or?
Yeah, we're all Cape Bretoners. My mother was from Sydney Mines. My father was from North Sydney, and all the kids except my youngest sister were born in Nova Scotia.
Oh, very good. So that's it for the family tree.
That's it.
Was the defining moment for you winning the Stanley Cup with the Canadians in terms of your playing career?
It really is. Looking back on my career, sometimes I joke. You know, there's two kinds of players who played in the NHL. The ones that won the Stanley Cup and the ones that wish they did. And I played in the finals 4 times. And I certainly wouldn't go double or nothing on those other ones. It was great to be a winner one time.
Now, when you saw that maybe 2 years ago when the Pittsburgh Penguins went to the finals, they won it last year, of course, but when you went to the finals the last time, I guess, with Minnesota, was against Pittsburgh as well, and Mario was playing there then probably, so a little bit of a parallel there.
Well, it was really an interesting final in '91. It was, the first time in many, many decades that 2 teams were in the finals and neither of them had won the Stanley Cup in the team's history. And we had a 2-1 lead on the Penguins, and Mario missed one of the 2 games that we had won. And then he just took over the series, and you can see why he's maybe the greatest player of all time. It's certainly in the top 3, and in those final 3 games, he was just awesome. And looking back, there was no way we were going to beat Pittsburgh with Mario Lemieux.
You're in junior hockey now as the owner of the Halifax Mooseheads, and there will always be a connection, I guess, for Bobby Smith in junior hockey, because you were the Major Junior Hockey League Player of the Year in 1978, which probably was a special time for you at that time as a player in junior hockey.
Yeah, I'm such a big fan of junior hockey, and one of the reasons is, it did so much for me in my career and my life. I was a 17-year-old kid who played hockey, and I joined the Ottawa 67s, and 3 years later I was a hockey player. I left Brian Kilrea's team, and my first year in Minnesota I led my team in scoring. So it was a great education. It was a great growth period for a hockey player. And as I said, I left junior hockey ready to take on the NHL.
Now, when you talk to players now with the Halifax Mooseheads, or I guess any player you talk to, because of your experience as a junior and what it did for you, not only as a hockey player, but as a career move in terms of your life experiences, is it easier to relate those experiences to the hockey players because you've been through it?
Well, a lot has changed, obviously, with the generation, but it certainly is easy. And I know that the things that were important to me and my family when I was a junior hockey player are important to our young players and their families. And we take the education of our players very seriously in Halifax. I don't brag about too many of the awards I've won, but I am quite pleased that the Ontario Hockey League still gives out the Bobby Smith Award to the player who best combines scholastics and hockey ability. And we put a lot of focus on our education. We think we have a huge responsibility to the young men who spend 3 or 4 years of their lives with us, and I think it makes us a better organization.
You feel that major junior hockey has become an even more attractive route for a hockey player to go? Because I know you're always in competition with the NCAA for players, but is that on an equal footing now? Do you think a lot of more players are leaning towards going the major junior route as opposed to the NCAA?
Well, understanding my bias, of course, I think the only way to go is major junior hockey. You get to play prime ice time as a 16, 17, 18-year-old. You're not waiting around your turn to turn 21 to play, get some real good ice time as a college player. The education packages that we offer now are terrific. And if you want to be a hockey player, you're going to find out if you are one with 2 or 3 years in the CHL. And if not, you can go to college and get a real education where what you're doing full-time is being a student.
A few more questions. One is, you had the experience of being a general manager in the National Hockey League with Phoenix from '97 through 2000. Do you have the itch to ever get back there? Do you like being at this part of the hockey game with junior hockey?
I am perfectly happy with where I am right now as the majority owner of the Mooseheads. I love working with the kids. I love seeing guys come through our system. I love the challenge of building a good hockey team and helping these young men as teenagers. And a short answer to your other question, would I ever like to be an NHL general manager again? No.
And very quickly, the other side of it, is there anything about the game in junior that maybe you'd like to see the major junior move towards? Like, is there anything that you have in mind in terms of as an owner? Because we all have ideas about the game, I guess, and where it's going.
Well, I like the game, the way it's going now. I think we have to understand that we're not the NHL, and whereas the NHL referees and players can react to an incredibly strict standard for minor penalties on hooking and holding, we've got 16-year-olds playing against 19-year-olds, and maybe those 19-year-olds are a couple of months away from being NHL players. I don't think we can call the rules exactly the same way. But generally I like junior hockey. I think we've got to continue to attract the best players. We've got to continue to attract a couple of good ones from Europe every year for each team, and we provide a great product.
Bobby Smith, the majority owner of the Halifax Mooseheads, and former
Andrews to Bishop, scores as that Hunt shot. Now there's a goal by King.